Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, this is from Newswire. Coffee with a Cop in Albuquerque, dated March 21st, 2018. The Albuquerque Scientology Volunteer Ministries, they keep pushing that one, don't they, organize a coffee with a cup. It's also a 33. A C is a 3, another C is a 3. Luncheon to bridge, there's the bridge again, differences and bring the community and police together to tackle common goals. In what world, you guys? In what world is this permissible? Albuquerque, New Mexico, March 21st, 2018. Isn't that a few days after little Blacktooth Ronnie's birthday? Goodwill and friendship were the order of the day. There we go. There we go, you guys. March 13. That's Ronnie's birthday. Come on, you guys. Come on. Come on. Coffee with a Cop, a community event hosted by the city's Scientology volunteer ministers. Do you guys know how many children are volunteer ministers? Do you guys know? If you don't know, go look it up, please. Albuquerque police officers and neighbors. Don't you guys want to know which neighbors these are? Because you know they don't. Scientologists don't communicate mostly with non-Scientologists. Especially if they ask questions. Neighbors sat down together over coffee and lunch to get to know each other better. Don't you guys want to know, like, what kind of spread they had? Did they have fancy sandwiches or expensive? Inquiring minds do want to know. I'm sorry for drinking water, you guys, but I have to. Coffee with a Cop is a national community engagement activity. You know, says Scientology. I'm going to click and see what god-awful stuff's going on. Coffee with a Cup was launched in Hawthorne, California in 2011, when officers from the Hawthorne Police Department were looking for ways to interact more successfully with the citizens they served each day. Do they actually live in the community? You know, like Los Angeles cops don't, the majority of them don't live in LA. Designed to break down barriers between police officers and those they serve. Right. By providing an opportunity to talk, ask questions, voice concerns, and get to know one another. Ching. To break the ice, Albuquerque's finest. Right. Right. Brought a classic 1962 Ford Galaxy police car, complete with the sirens, light, and police radio equipment of the day. Do they have adults in small bodies in those cars? Inquiring MF minds want to know. Do they have adults in small bodies, otherwise known as children, in the car? The volunteer ministers, right, erected their big yellow tent, you know, good suppressive color, displaying information on their tools for life. Right, because you can't get tools by yourself, right? As long as you know how to read a book, you can get tools. Practical solutions, right, at a cost, Maybe they have child auditors to hold the courses. Policia. For everything from relationship problems to job stress. Imagine these folks telling you about relationship problems or job stress. No shade. No shade, because a lot of these folks do believe in what they're doing and they get duped. I personally believe there's a lot of parents not subjecting their children to the auditing. I believe that. Raising children, oh, that's something else right there. That's something else. Raising children, what, to keep their stats up? To be on production? Coping with financial difficulties. Right. Scientology is going to cause the person financial difficulties. Scientology is going to cause a lot of its members to go bankrupt. In fact, they are involved in many numerous documented crimes, financial crimes, such as the Chase Wave and overcoming drug abuse. There's the vulnerable again. There's the vulnerable. Discussions over sandwiches and coffee range from what it's like to be a police officer to the link between drugs and crime. So that's going to help the community, right? Right? I mean, I'm no expert, you guys, but drug abuse, alcohol abuse, all those things are extremely complex. And we all know how the drugs are getting in. I'm not allowed to go into that on YouTube. Again, the men with black suits would come to my door, I can assure you. I can assure you. Afghanistan, ring a bell? That's just one. And how community groups can work with police. Right. To solve some of the issues the city faces. Right. Oh, here they're going in. They're going in for the drug people so they can get more Sea Org members. Or maybe not Sea Org, but definitely staff members. Drugs are a pervasive problem in Albuquerque. Well, I mean, and let's also go back to Elron's son. What was his name? The older son who talked about how LRH was helping in the drug trafficking trade. Does that sound like Diddy? Huh. Must be a coincidence, huh? Nearly 3 out of 4 overdose deaths statewide. They better show source material. Involved opioids of some kind, including prescription pain medication and heroin. And haven't we heard that there are a lot of people that are alcoholic in Scientology? And I don't mean any shade, because I definitely had that in my family. But it's also hypocritical, all of this. Crime and violence are byproducts of illicit drug use. Right. And who would know about crime and violence? Scientology sure would. Which also impacts so many other aspects of life. Sure does, especially your wallet. It definitely affects your wallet. From immorality. Would immorality... You guys know I gotta tear it up. Would immorality include all the children that have been sexually abused in Scientology in the past and that are being sexually abused currently, which no one is doing anything about, except covering up? Like, I have a funny feeling Rinder knew a lot about those things. Rathburn definitely did. It's on the records. Truth be like that. And aborted education. Imagine them talking about education, right? Imagine that. How many children were completely robbed of any decent education in Scientology? Philip Gale? And ruined lives. They love that word, don't they? And families. I'm not disputing that there are a lot of Scientologists that think they're doing well by people. Now, any Scientologist that is allowing their child to be audited or are up at flag seeing the child auditors, you guys know, I'm going to try to keep my cursing down today. To address this issue of common concern, the volunteer ministers, like kids, provided a seminar on answers to drugs. Because, 15-year-olds, they know about all that. One of the chapters of Scientology handbook based on technology developed by Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard and made available to anyone wishing to learn how to help people with this serious and widespread situation. Training on this and 18 other courses is available online free of charge. Right, there's the bait. There's the bait, the bloody bait, on the Scientology website. The Church of Scientology Volunteer Minister Program, the one with kids in it, is a religious social service. Right. Created in the mid-1970s by L. Ron Hubbard, allegedly. Anyone of any culture or creed, right. Like anyone is welcome, right? You guys think it's a coincidence that all these churches are putting signs like that up now? They talk about inclusiveness, especially with regards to mutilating children and such. Wake up, man. Anyone of any culture or creed may train as a volunteer minister, especially the kids, you guys, and use these tools to help their families and communities. Yeah, especially with the touch assist of children. Yeah, they love that shit. Oh well. In creating the Volunteer Ministers Program, L. Ron Hubbard wrote, "If one does not like the crime, cruelty, injustice, and violence of this society, he can do something about it." Like you have to have Scientology to do this, right? You have to have Scientology and you have to pay a lot of money for it. He can become a volunteer minister like a kid, and help civilize it. Imagine this, you guys. Imagine. Bring it conscience and kindness and love and freedom from. That needed some cleaning up, but that's okay. From travail by instilling into it trust, decency, honesty, and tolerance. Except no tolerance when it comes to disabled children or disabled adults. No tolerance when it comes to homosexual adults or teenagers that are learning about their sexuality that feel attracted to the same sex. No tolerance for that, you guys. No tolerance for that. I'm trying to think of what else they don't tolerate. Well, we all know L. Ron Hubbard was a racist. That's documented. And here's Scientology's address if anyone needs it for some type of reason, like sending beautiful greeting cards or something. 6331 Hollywood Boulevard, Suite 1200, Los Angeles, California, 90028. And here's Linda Whelan's contact information. Public affairs at churchofscientology.net. Her phone number is 323-960-3500. I will leave a link in the description box. Like and subscribe if you choose. Otherwise, have an amazing day or night, wherever you are. Peace.